Hello, everybody. I just wanted to share how the garden looks right now after our heat wave. The first thing you're looking at is our Washington navel. I told you all about the Washington navel, how it did not like to be in full sun. Well, it is fine in its location. However, it dropped all its fruit. Okay, for some reason, every year, okay, in the month of May, we get in the high 90s and all close to 100 degrees in the month of May, and by the last week of May we get like in the hundreds. Okay, and for some reason this Washington navel decided to basically drop its fruit, and I know why it actually dropped its fruit, because in between the heat wave will also get some high wind gusts, and look, only one is surviving right now, as you can see, hitting in the shadow next to the gate there. There's only one left there, but that's okay. Another thing that happened, the hydrangea in the first week of our heat wave decided to just, shrivel up, and that's all right. Um, it was doing fine, but it got so hot that, it just took a hit, but it's still alive. We recently cut back our raspberry bush, and we still have raspberries. So look what happened within a couple of days. Not even, I would say, 3 or 4 days. It's starting to pop up new canes, which is a great thing. And so as you can see, we got more raspberries to harvest. The only difference is that with this more blood orange, you all, let me come up a little bit closer. You can see, y'all know that I recently told you I was going to prune it heavy, and I did. So I decided to remove all the fruit from this citrus tree so that it could focus on the root system and new leaf growth, as you see there. That's the only thing, the difference with our navel orange that dropped its own fruit and our more blood orange. The Desert King is doing pretty good. Because of our heat wave. This is a time of year anyway that it will produce its second crop. One is a main and one is a burper crop, and so now it's starting to develop the second fruit on it. Over here you can see, okay, that this is the first crop that you're looking at. What took a hit was the sunshine blue. And the reason why the sunshine blue took a hit, because as you can see, the sun is like directly on the sunshine blue blueberry. Even though you're going to see on the labels of your blueberries that some like full sun, partial shade, whatever, or some like part shade, full sun, be very careful. No matter what growing zone you in, growing blueberries, be very careful. As you can see, the difference with this blueberry and that blueberry, you see that? Total difference. A total difference. And now you can see the damage. Like, you can see some dry leaves here. And another thing that I caught with this situation was that there were grubs in the soil. So last night I decided to just dig this up basically and try to remove all the grubs, which they call also Japanese beetles, I believe, or European beetles. Decided to try to remove all of them the best I could, and try to get this sunshine blue back to health. We will not have any blueberries from this blueberry bush. That's okay, because we got a second one, which is the misty blue. Okay, the strawberries is doing fine. Over here next to it is the raspberry, the shortcake raspberry, and we only have one, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't want to mess with it. You can see the damage, okay, from the heat wave. But then next to it, other blackberry here is doing great, you all. The bees just been going ham on this thing, cause trying to get all the nectar they could, all the pollen they could. It is crazy. Look at all these blackberries we're gonna have this year. A blessing. As you can see, the wind is blowing, y'all. Okay, second fig is doing great, as you can see. Put on the second crop as well. But you all, not everything is a loss, because the Lord provided us what we thought was actually dead has risen from the dead, and that is the Moringa tree. You all know that Moringa love high hot temps. above 80 and above, you all, it will do its thing, and it did. The squash is fine over here. The emmer is definitely okay. Our sage, both varieties of our sage is doing good too, you all. But the dino tree cal, okay, this one here is taking a hit, a little hit. As you can see, there are bite marks, and that's because they've been cabbage moths and the baby worms nibbling on this. So I've been coming on every morning trying to just check. I have seen some aphids on here as well, but that's okay because they are basically not going to be on it too long. And then over here, the sweet bay is doing great, and the other strawberries are fine as well. So I just want to show you guys that the garden is okay. Let me show you one more thing. Most of you have not seen me talk about our flavor named Pluot. But this flavor named Pluot is a great Pluot to have in the garden if you're in growing zone 9B. It does need to be cross-pollinated. So if you got like a cinnamon rose, a plum, a flavored king Pluot, you'll be just fine. A dandy dapple, you'll be just fine if you have those varieties. I do know that, and I learned recently that a flavor grenade Pluot will thin itself. You do not need to thin it, unlike the other varieties and your other stone fruit. Now, one thing it will do is drop its fruit when it's very young. And as you can see, because of the wind gusts and because of our hot temps recently, it dropped its fruit. And so what I have done, I picked off the ground and placed it here so it can compost and get the nutrients back. But we have only one left thus far. So hopefully, actually we got two. Okay, as you can see there, it's hitting in the leaves. So hopefully we'll get some fruit from it. And last but not least, I want to show you that our veggie garden over here is doing great. The chard, the black strawberry tomato, the basils, the eggplant. But what died was our zeta oregano has died off. It looks like there's nothing there at all anymore. But one of the things that we do have to do is harvest our dill seeds. And as you can see, I want to show you, it's ready. So stay tuned as we do that. I'm NJCaliGardener. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one.